What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the RADcast. I am Andrew DiMolanta. My friends call me Rogue Leader.
And I'm Nicki DiMolanta, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, not in here like it always is.
Just sat down, kind of. Already
sweating.
getting ready to sweat.
Yeah.
Not yet, but it's getting there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry for the absence again. Just think it. You know what? You might as well expect it by now.
If you don't by now.
If you don't, there isn't
in here.
The key to social media and YouTube is consistency.
That's why I don't do social media very much at all.
And we're not consistent with the show.
Because I'm not consistent with
At least
shit.
you get in a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I right, ladies?
You're so right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yes, thank you for your patience. And I don't know what we're going to do with this episode, but the world's on fire usually. As per usual.
You know, I would say that there's just a plethora of information to talk about since the debate happened a couple nights ago, but I really don't want to touch that in this forum.
I mean, we don't like to get political on this show, but you know, that was something. You know what I'm saying?
Let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. Things were said.
A lot of things.
A lot of things were said, and I want to, but I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Hide your kids.
Hide your dogs. Hide your cats.
Because they out here eating everything.
Apparently they're out here eating everything.
All right, no more. We're done. We're done. What do we talk about now?
I'm speaking. Don't speak over me, please. I'm speaking.
Go ahead.
Yes. I'm just saying because that was the second debate of this election cycle. Because the first one was with old Papa
Big Daddy B.
Big Daddy B. And that was a show in itself because, you know, they are both nasty at golf.
Oh, bro, I am nasty at golf. Yeah, just watching two old ass white dudes just try to punch each other a bunch is like, what are we doing here? It
was vastly different showings for both debates.
It was a different dynamic.
It was a very different dynamic. You know, I'm just saying, it was wild. The things that were said were wild.
It's been something. And
yeah.
I can only, not even the next day, like the night of the debate.
The memes are awesome.
When I scroll through TikTok,
yeah.
That's all I'm seeing is just debate clips or CNN reactions or Fox News reactions or what have you. And it's like, you really can't escape it. You're kind of inundated with all the fallout post-debate.
Yeah.
But I don't really, I think we'll talk about other stuff.
Let's talk about CS and how much we're watching. Like,
oh my God.
There's so much. Like, well, the last time we got in on the
CS stands for Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, sorry.
Which is an online game, not a MOBA, which I learned.
What does MOBA stand for?
Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. And I'm still not entirely sure what that means.
Can you name more than 2 MOBAs?
Deadlock.
Besides the one that we got invited to.
No, because
you played one.
Oh, right. Heroes of the Storm.
Yes.
But see, did I continue playing it once I got what I needed?
No.
I certainly didn't. I played it once upon a time because there was some kind of like event
you get
collaboration to where you would get a diva skin for Overwatch if you played so many hours or whatever in Heroes of the Storm. I don't remember if you actually had to like get a certain achievement or if it was just
you have to play a
certain amount of hours.
Just had to log a certain amount of hours.
So
yeah,
I hit that grind so I could get that skin. I don't use that skin. I think it was the police officer skin.
Yeah, you can just buy the skin now.
Whatever. I guess it was
Isn't gaming fun? Being a gamer is so much fun. All they want is your money.
It is. It is fun. It is. Once you I don't know that I would consider myself a gamer.
You are. You're a gamer.
I feel like when I think about gamers, to me, that means that you've broadened your horizons and you play lots of games.
Listen. This is the same argument as how long have you been a Star Wars fan? Did you watch the originals? Like, do you like Star Wars?
Fair enough.
You're a Star Wars fan. Do you play
Good
games?
Analogy.
Do you play games?
Yes.
You're a gamer.
I play regularly. 2 games.
Now is our, what is it? Not discography, but our library of games that we actually play on a regular basis as large as other people?
No.
Do I own a PS5?
I'm also
No.
not 15 and I don't have all the time in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as a 36-year-old lady, I kind of like to focus on the things that I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
And
we've gotten better at CS.
No, I'm saying I'm good at CS because I'm fucking
We've
not.
gotten better.
I'm somewhat better than when I first started.
Yes.
But like Overwatch, I like to think I feel confident in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the matches don't go in your favor, and it depends on who you're playing against.
It's a team
matchmaking.
game.
It's a team game.
It's very much a team
effort.
game.
But I don't know. I like Overwatch because I feel confident playing that game. I don't play every single role there is. If you're not familiar with Overwatch, it's not a MOBA, but it's
a first-person shooter.
A first-person shooter. 5 people on a team, 5v5. There are certain
6v6.
objectives that you have to
capture them, capture the map,
capture
move the payload.
Move the payload from point A to point B, blah, blah, blah. There's other game modes that we don't really play. We don't do like capture the flag and shit like that.
Yeah. I like the new capture point.
It's not Flashpoint.
Flashpoint I can't stand. Like I like that it's like, oh, capture this point, now capture this point. I just don't like how spread out Flashpoint is. It's so
it's a very big map.
You take half your time, like say you die and the next map, like you get long spawned. So you or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
Or you
long?
you get to the new point and you die immediately. And then you take half the time running your ass back to I heard that.
I was waiting to see if you would react at all.
I'm trying to gloss over, get to the point, but you die and then you got to go to the next point and like you're spending half your time getting to the next point, and then some Widow or Hanzo like headshots you as you're entering the points. Like, well,
it's pretty frustrating.
Now I'm missing the rest of the fight because and then you got to walk your ass back to the point again, and then by the time you get there, you lost the point.
Yeah,
I don't like Flashpoint.
You're right.
The newer one, it's kind of like this tug of war type of thing. First to 5 like captures.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is capture the site. You don't gotta hold it.
Yeah.
That I like. It's fast. It's what I like about Overwatch. It's fast paced.
I feel like I have hair all over my face. I don't know what's wrong with me. It is so annoying. But we've been playing Overwatch since it was in beta.
We got invited. We were lucky to get in on the beta.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest. At first, I was like, "This fucking game's never gonna catch on." And now it's like, one of my favorite games. And I don't know. I feel like I'm
You're
competent.
good. You're competent, yeah.
Obviously matchmaking plays a big role. There are different skill tiers and I'm not at the top of any of them. But, I think I can hold my own.
Hey, like when you play in Overwatch, you can carry a team. That's a testament to how good you are.
And I have.
You carry several teams.
One of our last matches, I was there's like different roles. There's 3 different roles. You can be a tank, which is like somebody who's usually bigger, beefier.
You eat the bullets, basically.
You have a lot more health points than the rest of the team, so you can take a lot of damage. Then there's DPS, which is like the damage dealers. And then there's healers who heal roles. The rest of everybody else and can do a little damage of their own. But like I was playing tank in a recent game and I got like 38 kills. And I remember one of the people on our team was like, what's our tank doing? I'm like, I love how you can get yelled at for anything in these games. But it's still fun. And I think we lost. But I'm like, dog, what more can I do? Maybe you should have gotten out there and done more.
Or you should have pushed in the site. It's like, yeah, you were pushing the site. You got to go in and follow your tank.
Well, that's one of the problems, I think, with... I can't speak to other games because I don't play those other games. But as far as Overwatch goes, I feel like there's a lot of ways that people are really good at rationalizing ways to make them feel right and why they're not the problem. Because
I do that all the time.
I feel like when you're a tank, because there's only one tank. There used to be Overwatch once upon a time 6v6. There used to be 2 tanks.
I think they're rumored
now
to go back to 2 tanks.
I don't think it'll happen. But like now there's only 1. So it's just now that we've played 5v5 with 1 tank, it's wild to think we ever had 2. Like that's insane.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I can get why they switched to 1 tank because it's like 2 tanks is like, oh my god, that's a lot. Especially now how built the tanks are now.
Yeah. But like if you're a tank, especially with 1 tank per team, it's very easy for people to blame. Yeah. It's really easy to find a way to blame any role, whatever role that you're not playing. But like when you're a tank, because I get tank a lot, either because I've heard somebody say that like one of the main functions of a tank is to create space for their team. And that's something I try to remember a lot when we play is like create space. Yeah. Create space. But sometimes people get behind your team and sometimes you want to go protect your healers. So like Or sometimes you want to help your DPS. You want to converge on one person and take them out. Fucking Sombra. Bless you.
Sorry.
Let's wait for the second and third and fourth and fifth one. Bless you.
Thank you.
Jesus fucking Christmas. But I don't know. I feel like I've gotten yelled at for every possible thing. Like if you're playing and somebody gets in your back line, there have been times that I don't turn around because we're still kind of moving and I'm still trying to create that space. I'm still trying to take the brunt of the damage so the people behind me aren't getting that. I've gotten yelled at for not turning around in that case and be like, how come you didn't turn around and fucking help us? And then there are other matches where the same kind of thing has happened. I have turned around and tried to protect my healer or whoever was with me. And then somebody goes, why aren't you holding the front line? And I'm like, no matter what I fucking do, I get yelled at. So, and not every single game.
Yeah, it's usually like the snipers that sit way back. Oh, thank you. It's usually the sniper that sit way back and they have like one kill. It's like, yo, what are you doing? Or a Sombra that wants to dive in by themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, where's my support? It's like, yo, you're a flanker. Your job is to get the attention so we can come in and clean up after you.
My favorite insult that people say to me sometimes is I find it wild. I understand to a point why people could say this. So there's 2 healers per team and their main function is healing. And so there's one character that I fucking love to play as a healer. His name is Lifeweaver.
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot. But like, I fucking love playing him. He's so much fun. And I think that I'm pretty effective with him.
Yeah. No, when we both play support roles, and I usually play Anna, but I've been playing the new character a lot because she's a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
You out healing by like triple. I'm like, do I even need to be here? Because all the healing is being eaten up by you.
Well, and that's the thing. I get like loads of healing. And then I have people complain, oh, you're just being a heal bot. Yes.
Yes, you're staying up, aren't you? That's the main role of the healer.
You're a DPS. You're the one who's supposed to be doing the most of the damage, and I'm keeping your ass alive. I get why they say it, because if you can have good DPS supported by supports that are also finding a way to deal damage, that's, ideal.
Yeah.
But the only time that I'm going to deal damage, and maybe this is me not being good at games, I don't fucking know. But in my brain, it makes sense that I'll switch to damage and I'll start damaging when you're not in danger of dying.
Yeah.
If you're in danger of dying and you're getting hit a lot, or if I see that your health is critical or whatever, I'm going to heal you, because if I'm damaging while you're dying, I'm going to get yelled at for not healing. Yeah. So like, you get yelled at for healing too much and you get yelled at for not healing enough. But I don't know. That's my philosophy as a healer in that game, is that like, I'm good did I say as a healer?
Yeah.
As a healer in that game, my main objective is to heal everybody on the team. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Even if I have 0 damage by the end of the match, as long as I kept you up, I think that I served my purpose. But I've gotten yelled at for being a heal bot too many times, and I'm like, I'm a fucking healer. What is the problem here?
Especially when the second healer hits, like when
if you're Anna and you're doing damage, I can focus on healing mostly while you heal and damage.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good dynamic. Fuck me.
Yeah, because usually like when a game where we're playing together and I end up being a DPS or a tank, and you're you're healing, and then the other healer, say you end the match with like 9k healing, and it's like, oh, I wonder why they lost, and you look at our second healer and
they're like 3,000 damage or 3,000
2,000 in like 10 minutes. I'm like, what were they doing? Did we even have a second healer?
Yeah.
So it's like you want to keep it balanced, but like, yeah, it's like this idea of like, oh, it's because of this. Like, no, because everybody has a role to play, and if you were like the healer and the second healer on our team, and you weren't doing anything, you're trying to play hero wall and get a bunch of damage. It's like, oh, look at I got 10 eliminations. Yeah, but you had like 1,000 healing.
Yeah.
In a 10-minute match.
Yeah, it's gaming culture is an interesting one. It just seems like there's a lot of angry people out there who use gaming as an outlet for their toxicity and whatever, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. I feel like playing Overwatch lately, I feel like I've been seeing more positivity.
Yeah, it has been. It's been easier to play now, because I remember the last time, like a couple of weeks ago, it was like, God, why am I even playing? Like the matchmaking was terrible. It was so bad.
Like even I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is
kind of not having fun.
Yeah.
But it's gotten a little bit better. I sincerely think they need to release a couple more patches and change a couple of characters, one in particular.
I know Blizzard's not going to see this.
Well, yeah.
Doubtful that
but
they will.
You gotta fucking nurse all
you need to balance Anna out a bit more.
Or that.
They've not touched Anna since they nerfed her healing.
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything. It's like, oh, I get. I probably ranted about this before, but it's like I get why you took away 10% of her healing on her grenades because she self heals now, so she doesn't need to, nade herself as much anymore. But why take away 10% of her healing on her primary weapon?
Okay, listen.
She can't shoot herself.
I feel like we're getting too far into the weeds and we're going to lose a lot of people who don't play Overwatch. You're talking about 10% damage.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. We play 2 games mostly.
Yeah.
So Overwatch was like OG Bay. No, I'm sorry. Counter-Strike is probably OG Bay.
Yeah, that's where both of us got into PC gaming.
Because like growing up, I never played PC games.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of playing on a keyboard and mouse was so foreign to me. And I was like, I mean, everything's here on my controller. And like I grew up playing controllers and console games. My brother did both. He had console and he played PC. I never got into PC because it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, the whole.
I it's dumb to say 2 hands because you use 2 hands for a controller, but like, I don't know, it just seems so weird and disconnected to me to be like pressing buttons on a keyboard and moving a mouse. And so several years ago, you and the guys, you and the boys, we're doing like LAN parties and getting together and everybody bringing their computers into one room and playing games. And like the first 1 or 2, I didn't go to because I was like, I don't play these games. And I think there was a couple times that me and one of the other wives, for fun and like just to be silly and whatever, we would jump in and pretend we could play. And I was like, fuck, this is scary. I never want to do this ever again. And like, I don't know how it started. Maybe it started with that.
Yeah,
probably not, because that wasn't very positive. It was really scary. But for some reason, maybe I just wanted to be on the fun because it seemed like you guys were having a lot of fun and I like fun. I guess it just picked it up. And now, fast forward to now, years and years and years later, I'm like, playing on a controller seems weird.
It depends on the game though. Like first person shooters, I can't fathom playing on a controller anymore. Yeah, because I'm so used to the mechanics of a keyboard and mouse for first person.
I couldn't imagine using a controller for that.
Adventure games, and RPGs, I pretty much have to play on a controller.
It depends.
It depends on because like I actually like saw footage of somebody playing Baldur's Gate 3 on a console, and I'm like, ooh, you got to bring up a wheel on the controller. And it's like, that takes so long when I can just use my mouse to click on the spell or the item or whatever to do. But for like adventure games like The Last of Us, Uncharted, games like that, I kind of have to do it on a controller. Rocket League, have to play on a controller. There's no, I cannot think of playing on a keyboard and mouse. Like that seems very weird. Yeah. So like, it depends on the game, but like first person shooters, I absolutely have to be on a keyboard and mouse because.
Yes. Yeah, I agree because, well, I mean, is Call of Duty a first person? That's a first person shooter.
Yeah.
Right? Because many moons ago, I used to play Black Ops on a PlayStation. Was I good? No. I wonder what it would be like if I tried to pick up that game now.
Nope.
I wish I could play the version of Black Ops that I played back then, because I'm sure they've released something new.
I think they're on Black Ops 7 is coming out.
Holy
soon.
shit.
Like, wow.
Well, I'm assuming we were playing the first one.
Yes. Black Ops 2? No, I think we were playing the second one.
It was probably somewhere in the range of 2007 or 8 to maybe 2010 or so.
Around 2010.
Somewhere around there. Because I remember like being in one of the houses we used to live in playing that game. So I'm trying to think of what year it could have been when we were living there. Probably and it was somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the other thing that I'm really curious about is because when you play a game like Counter-Strike, there's like recoil to the guns. And I don't recall if there was any kind of like
there was
game mechanics like that
in
Call of Duty.
Yeah, there was.
Or like, well, Modern Warfare is Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I've never played that one. I don't know.
No, but the last Call of Duty game I played was Modern Warfare, whatever the one I was playing with, because it was right around when like BR games were the thing to play.
So lame.
And we played with our group of friends. We played like we tried to play the Call of Duty of that, and we just get stomped. So we played a different variation of it. I do remember there are like
PUBG.
there are recoils to that, but like nothing in the realm of what Counter-Strike is. Counter-Strike has
wild.
some wild recoil, because like between the biggest difference between Call of Duty and CS is in like Call of Duty, we had a discussion like where you can do more running and gunning than you can in Counter-Strike.
Like literally shooting while running.
Shooting while running, and like just the whole, like you see clips that are on like TikTok and YouTube all the time where like oh, and they run to the next room. It's like, you can't do that in CS.
No.
There's no way you're doing that, because like, you might run into somebody that does that, and it's like, this guy's clearly a COD player, and it's like, that's not what this game is, and we end up losing. It's like, dude, I had like 20 kills. Like, yeah, but we lost like 13-5.
Yeah.
Because you kept running out and giving away our position, or dying immediately after getting maybe 2 kills, or like maybe getting 1 kill and you're trading, and then giving away our position, and then we get another one of our players killed. Now we're down 2 players, and we're at disadvantage because you wanted to play hero ball, and like, oh, look at this headshot I got.
Hero ball.
Just trying to carry the team on your shoulders and like get like, oh, look at this awesome kill. I got 3 kills in 1 round. It's like, yeah, but you left bomb and spawn.
I also don't remember how many people are on a team
on COD, or it depends on the server. If you're playing deathmatch, it's like 20 people in one server, and you're running around and just killing people.
So it's like deathmatch and Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a vastly different.
It's vastly different systems.
I don't know that I would say vastly, but it's a different skill set. And I just, after playing, I can't really speak to games like PUBG, Fortnite, Apex, if that's even still a fucking game, Valorant, Call of Duties and stuff like that. But after playing Counter-Strike for however many years we've been playing it at this point, I have so much fucking respect for people that are good at that game.
Yeah, it's
so hard. And we've been watching so many professional Counter-Strike matches lately. And it's insane to me how like it's so impressive. It's so fun to watch. Like many moons ago, but by many moons I mean probably 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We took a small group of our friends. It was 5 of us.
5 of us.
5 of us went to watch a professional Counter-Strike tournament in Atlanta because I don't know whose idea it was, but I could think of 1 or 2 of us.
We were peer pressured, and it's like, come on, guys, we're at a party, we're having a bunch of drinks. It's like, come on, just do it.
We were at our friend's house.
Fine.
We were outside in their backyard. They had a bonfire going. We definitely had some drinks, and one of our friends was like, hey, I think we're going to be going to, I don't know if they already had, I think they might have already had the tickets.
They already bought the tickets.
And they were like, we're going to be going to Atlanta to watch this Counter-Strike tournament and blah, blah, blah. And you should go. And I'm like, fucking say I won't. And I think I got on my phone and bought plane tickets that night.
We bought the tickets to the event and our plane
the hotel,
tickets.
The plane. Yeah. And so,
without even like, wait, we got to request off for these days.
Yeah. It was, we didn't have a kid at that point. So, you know, we were able to shut off. We were able to just be like, sure, why not?
Yeah,
and just had to make plans for the dog to be boarded or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was so much fun. I got shit on so much for going to that tournament.
I never.
Like when I made the grave mistake of mentioning it to some of my coworkers at the time. They're no longer my coworkers.
Yeah.
Which is great. But like I mentioned it to a couple of my coworkers at the time. They ripped me to shreds.
Watch people play.
You're gonna go watch people play video games. I'm like, yes, yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yes.
And then when
thousands of other people,
I got back and I got made fun of when I got back. I'm like, I had a fucking blast. So whatever. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I would love to do that again.
Oh, it'd be so much fun. And it's like for people that don't watch professional CS, it's like
you don't get it.
You probably don't get it, but like, watch a couple of matches and like just see how the matches roll out, because like I made the analogy of like, oh, like once it gets past the pistol rounds, it's like 4th and 1. In football terminology, like that's how
you're gonna miss so many people with everything you just said.
But it's so exciting.
After the pistol round, it's 4th and 1.
No, but like once you get past the first couple rounds and like it gets into like, oh, no, everybody has all like the grenades they have, all the rifles they need and stuff. It's like, it's so exciting.
It is.
But like, I think why we appreciate it so much more is that we also play the game and we know how insanely hard it is to be that good. It's like, because if you pick up the game for the first time, like, and you go and you treat it like a COD game,
you're gonna get annihilated.
You're gonna get annihilated because like you're gonna run and you're not gonna stop moving. You're gonna try to shoot somebody and your bullets are going all over. Like,
you're just gonna hold down the button to shoot. Yeah, and your gun's gonna go all over the place.
And you're gonna do like, you call it like chalk painting the person. You get everything but the person. It's like, what is this game? This game fucking sucks. It's so like, hard. No, you have to like, the first thing, if I would tell anybody to pick up Counter-Strike for the first time, don't run while you shoot. Stop moving and then shoot.
That's a lesson I learned over the years.
Because like, especially for like first person shooters, Overwatch, whether it's Overwatch or Counter-Strike, positioning is probably the most critical thing you have to learn in the game. Because it's like, if you peek a corner too soon, or you like, you're that, and keep your crosshairs up. Yeah. Like that's something that I, as like a COD player, I had to get used to, was like, I used to run and like look at the ground. And it's like, no, if you just put your crosshair up when you're moving around, like at head level, that's one, you'll probably, your crosshair's already there and you don't have to move it up to get a headshot. It's like, that's one. And then also stop moving so much.
There's so many little things that go into it. And I guarantee you it is like, we were talking about, wouldn't it be fun? Because we were talking to our friends about how esports, I don't know, I guess
got approved for the Olympics.
Somewhat of a chance of being in the Olympics. You can't tell me watching a Counter-Strike match wouldn't be 100 million times more exciting than watching Ray Gun attempt to fucking breakdance. Oh my God. Yeah, that's not going to be a thing anymore. Holy shit. I couldn't believe that was real life.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that.
I would love to see Counter-Strike in the Olympics.
Because it's not like necessarily a physically athletic sport, but it's still I'm sure that there's a way that you could define a sport to where it encompasses things that are not just physically athletic. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes into it. There's like an insane amount of strategy. Oh yeah. Teamwork, reaction time, game sense type things. Like, there's so much that goes into it. It's so impressive to see people that are like good at that game.
Because like, we've been playing and watching for so long, and then like, I still don't not understand, but like the complexity of like, hey, we know that they're not gonna have guns this round because
you have to like budget.
Yeah, like we know we wrecked their economy for the next round, so go ahead and rush in because we know they're just gonna have pistols. It's like, how do you keep? Then also they're keeping track of their own economy. It's like, oh, okay, you have this much money, so for the next round, I'm gonna buy you this pistol and this nade, and you could see at the beginning they're tossing things back and forth between each other. It's like, how do you keep track of that?
And the communication, like, you had to have seen like the memes about like girlfriends who their boyfriends are gamers, and they're like, I don't believe for one second that you're bad at communication because I've heard you talk to your boys when you're gaming, because the amount of communication that goes into it, like the fact that you have to be able to like very quickly be able to, first of all, have like a mental, like you have to
know the map and
know this virtual space mapped out in your brain to where if somebody kills you in like a split second, you have to be able to communicate where that person was using a bunch of fucking code words to the rest of your bros in game. Like, it's wild to me, but I do think that's pretty funny because it's like, I've heard you game with your boys. I know you know how to communicate.
It's different communication.
It's much different communication.
It's very different.
But yeah, when we first started playing that game, there was a point in time that I was like, I am not having fun at all. I'm just doing this simply for the social aspect of it. I'm going through the motions. I fucking hate playing this game. Yeah. But, in the somewhat recent past, I guess I've gotten maybe this much better. And now I'm like, I actually am genuinely enjoying playing this game with our friends. And it's a nice feeling to actually enjoy playing it. Do I hear thunder?
I think that's thunder, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm never sure when I have these on. It's always hard to...
I'm pretty sure that's thunder.
Hard to tell. But, yeah, I find it hard to, like, identify as a gamer.
No, you are a gamer. We play games pretty much every night now.
And you know what? Okay. So I feel like a lot of people have this annoying... There's, like, this... I don't know if stigma is the right word. But, like... preconceived notions about gaming and how people view gaming as something to be very juvenile and something for like teenage boys and that's just for kids and whatever.
Yeah.
And like you and your husband playing video games every night, like
yes.
yeah. Absolutely.
It keeps us together.
What? It keeps us together.
Yeah. It gives
do we
us
need to turn the camera off?
No, you know what I mean? Like it's something we do together.
Yes, that's a better way to say it. Jesus Christ. Wow. The next time you're editing a divorce video, I'm going to get nervous.
No.
But
you know what I mean? Like we could like not most, but some couples like they come home, they do the thing and then they fuck off into their own rooms and they don't spend time together.
That or if you're looking down on me for playing video games, I feel like I've definitely said this many times before, but what's the difference between me sitting on my computer and you sitting on your couch watching, the Real Housewives of whatever county? Same shit.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm engaging my brain more than you are.
Yeah.
So,
we're working on our communication skills.
Yes, we're communicating effectively with each other. But yeah, I don't really see a huge difference as far as like a couple is concerned.
Yeah.
I don't really see a huge difference between you and me sitting next to each other, literally, sitting next to each other playing games. We are still talking. We still have microphones. We still talk to each other during matches, between matches. During matches, we're pretty much talking about the game. Between matches, we're just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and us sitting on the couch and watching a show together?
Or a movie or something.
Because you're probably not going to be talking during the show unless you're talking about the show. And then during a commercial or whatever, that's when you shoot the shit. So what's the fucking difference? Get off my dick. Like, there's no, like, just because I'm playing a video game doesn't mean that I'm like a kid. I mean, maybe a little.
Man, I hope I'm 90 and still talking shit in chat.
Yeah. I want to be that 80. There's some gaming grandma. I forget what her handle is, but there's some woman that I see on TikTok every so often. She's like 70 or 80 or something.
Well, there's
what her name is.
There's the gaming grandpa that I follow. I haven't seen him in a while, and he
was like a war veteran.
Yeah, and he like shows people like, this is how I did it in the war. Like make sure like your crosshairs are like, damn.
Good for you, dog. Yeah, that's what I want. Something is wrong with my face. I'm so fucking itchy. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but no, that's what I want that to be me.
Yeah.
And also, yes, I'm going to play video games, and no, I don't care.
I don't care.
Because it's fun. Everybody has their outlets and things they like to do that helps them unwind and relax.
If on Sundays, when our daughter's old enough, she has her own little corner and she wants to play video games.
Fucking Minecraft or some shit.
Whatever she wants to play. It's like, yeah, we'll all play video games all day long, baby girl. I don't care. Is your homework done? Did you do everything you need to do? Okay. Or chores done? Cool. We'll all sit here and play video games.
The only time that I could see it being a problem, because I've also heard over the years so many accounts of like women in relationships with men, and they are like, oh, he doesn't play video games. And they say it like it's a like immediately like it's a negative thing. I do believe it could become a negative thing if it becomes like an addiction or an obsession. Yeah, and
you don't money.
Ever talk to me, you don't ever spend time with me because all you do is, assuming you have a job. And if you don't, it could get even worse.
Yeah.
But if you like get home from work and all you do is just go boot up your Xbox and you don't even talk to me, you shovel your dinner into your mouth and you go back to playing and you never fucking talk. Okay, I get it. That's a problem. But I feel like there are some people out there that I've heard complain about any games. It's like, he plays video games.
It's like,
if it's not a problem, if it's not causing if it's not like, if it's not coming in between you two, what's the problem? You like to do your thing and they like to do theirs.
It can also become like a financial problem too. Like dudes spending thousands of dollars on a skin or something.
I could not. Yes. Because there's like,
there's knives,
in-game purchases. We saw a knife worth $12,000.
It's like, why?
Hello?
Why?
What?
It's like, I would like to have a knife skin, but the cheapest one is $180. I'm like, no, thank you.
I'm never buying a knife skin. I never use it.
Unless I sold all the items in my inventory and I had like a couple $100 to spare, maybe. Nah. But I'm not spending my own money on a knife skin. No.
Mama's too frugal for that. I'm not wasting my money on a knife skin.
I bought an op skin and named it, because naming it cost money too.
I think naming it was like $2.
Yeah, but it's like I already had that in my Steam wallet because I sold all the other items from CS that I got.
Yes, most of the money I've ever spent in Steam has not been my money. It's been me earning in-game items and then reselling them back on a community market and making like virtual dollars.
Yeah.
So it's never, there have been a couple purchases that I've actually had to pull out my credit card, but like when I bought you Baldur's Gate, that was not my money. That was money that I made from selling items that I earned playing Counter-Strike. So,
Yeah, I have like like over $100 in my account right now.
Damn boy, I have like $36 in my Steam wallet.
I'm saving it for like I'm gonna like last night I'm gonna try to find a Glock skin and buy it, and like I'm gonna spend like maybe like $20 on it or whatever. And I was like, I just want to keep it over like $70 for when the Metal Gear remake comes out. It's like, there it goes, boom.
Yes, that is another game that I play on a rare occasion at this point. Back in the day, back in like I don't know, grade school days, high school days, bitch, I played that game so much. Beat Metal Gear 2. I played that game so many times, beat it so many times, but I did just recently buy it on Steam, and I haven't played it in a while, so I should change that, and I should absolutely continue on. I forget where I am. I'm somewhere in the plant. I'm not. I beat the tanker.
I think you just beat Fat Man.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't beat him. A friend beat him because I made him. But yeah.
Yo, don't waste my ammo.
I think you're right. I think that was about where I left off.
Yeah.
And
that's what I'm saying. You've been playing games even before I've met you, so you're a gamer.
Limited.
You played games.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I have this thing in my head where I think of people that are gamers as people that have like this expansive library and they play all of these different games. But I guess your analogy is right. You know, whether you're a Star Wars fan and you've seen and read and consumed everything, or whether you've only seen, you know,
the movies,
episodic, whatever, you're still just as much. So I guess you're right.
Do you enjoy a Star Wars? Did you watch something and you liked it and like, hey, I want to watch more of this? Mm-hmm. You're a fan.
I think honestly, and I don't mean to, take it in this kind of a direction, but I also feel like there's some subconscious mental thing that I feel like I shouldn't describe myself as a gamer. From a gender standpoint.
Oh, yeah. Because
I feel like there could be a lot of people out there that would be like, you're not a gamer. You just play this. That's all you play. You only play 2 games. You're not a gamer. And it comes from a place of like the gender issue because of, typically the gamer space tends to be a male dominated space. Yeah. And so like when we play games, I rarely speak in game. I rarely say anything to let people know that I am a girl because I'm not trying to invite, very rarely I've gotten people say shit to me because I'm a girl. And those times taught me not to do that. But I think that's part of it is like, I think subconsciously I'm like, this is a boy's space. And so I don't think I measure up to what their definition of a gamer is. So that's why I don't think I really think of myself as one. If I'm really like thinking hard and reflecting on myself, I think that's probably why I have a hard time saying that about myself. But I don't know. I think that is kind of shifting. I don't think it's necessarily a completely male-dominated space. There's plenty of, lady gamers out there too. Mm-hmm. I get one on TikTok a lot where she
just says hi.
I don't remember her name, but she'll say something in voice chat. Yeah. Clearly, she has a lady voice. Because there are some times that I'll say things in voice chat. And if I say it in a certain tone, I'm like, maybe they just think I'm a prepubescent boy. No. But like she talks and it's like, that's a girl voice. Like she has a bit of a higher pitched voice.
Well, she probably does it on purpose too.
Could be. Yeah. Could be. And like and also, I'm watching an edited TikTok and we're really getting the highlights of it. And we're, all the rage is being condensed into this one TikTok. Yeah. But my God, first of all, get better insults. The best you can do.
Make me a sandwich, bitch.
That's the best you can do is get back in. All they do with this girl is either the greatest hits. It's either get back in the kitchen, make me a sandwich. You sound fat. How does that happen?
Or you sound dumb.
You sound fat. You sound ugly. What are the other greatest hits? Or is this just like a limited album?
It's a limited album. They only have
there's not much material.
They have like at best 5 greatest hits. That's it.
Yeah. And then, usually her TikToks go with her saying like, hey guys, like in her microphone. And then they start spouting off.
Shut up, bitch.
Kitchen, sandwich, ugly, fat. And then like the rest of it is a montage of her just getting kill streaks and whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's, and then hacking. That's not a gender specific insult. Yeah. But as soon as she starts like killing them, they're like, oh dude, there's no way. There's no fucking way. You're absolutely like aimbotting or walling or whatever. Mm-hmm. She got more balls than me because I don't really like to say shit in voice chat because I don't want people to be mean to me.
I don't either, but like, you know, sometimes it calls for, because like I don't really say anything in a in-game chat because when we play, we'll sometimes have rando players. Yeah. And when it's either 3 of us or just 4 of us or whatever. And I only say things in game chat to like, you know, hey, communications, like, hey, they're running up this, they're coming from this place, or hey, watch your back, or something useful. But other than that, it's like if they start talking shit, it's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like, yeah, because usually when they start talking shit, and like I can tell how old they are by what they say, because automatically when somebody's like, yo, bro, you probably don't get any pussy, bro, it's like, okay, I know exactly how old you are, so I'm not gonna give you the time of day, bruh, or like oh, gotcha. When it immediately goes to like, hey, you don't get any action, it's like, okay, I know how old you are, so I don't want to even waste my time with you, because you're probably no older than 25, and that's all you have on your brain, and you think that's all that matters, and it's like, bro, I'm just trying to play games. I was trying to be useful. I'm having a bad game. Sorry.
It happens to everybody.
Yeah. Like the last 5 nights I've been playing. Jesus Christ.
Get it out of the way before.
I know. Get it
all out of your system.
Yeah. That's what I'm attributing to. It's like I'm getting all my bad games out, and then when land party hits this weekend, bam, headshots. Because I did hit a couple of op shots last night, and I'm like, damn, that was quick on me. Good shot.
I got one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, there were a couple of times you picked up my op after I've died. I'm like, that was actually a really good flick.
Thank you. If only more people were around to see it. Because that night that you're referring to, the flick, that was just you, me, and one other of our friend, and nobody else saw it. That was really good. Like, damn, you should pick up the op more often. Like, I've been doing it more often. It depends on the situation. Because if it's close. Like if it's towards the end of the match, it's almost match point, and you know, I'm not fucking around. But if we're losing by a lot, or we're winning by a lot, then I'll pick it up and fuck around. Yeah. But if it's a really close match,
God, I remember a time when I would never pick up that thing. I was like, I have no idea how to. Because it, like, again,
an op is a sniper rifle.
It's a sniper rifle. It really depends on your positioning, and like I've been trying to tell myself, don't chase kills. Get one and then fall back, because there's probably like 4 more around the corner. So it's like there was a time where like I don't even know how to like properly like position myself, or like because like is my sensitivity right? It was just so like foreign to me. But then right around when we started picking it up again, I was like, I'm gonna try hopping, and we played a lot of deathmatch, and like I just saw like, okay, I'm getting better at this.
That's kind of a really bad setting to practice it too, because it's so chaotic.
It is, but it taught me.
But it forces you.
It forces me to like predict where they're moving. Like quick scoping, oof, I got really good at it, because like deathmatch is like perfect setting to do quick scoping.
You don't really have much of an option.
Yeah, you have to.
Otherwise,
because like that's another thing. If you just sit there and like look through your scope, somebody gonna sneak up behind you.
That happened to me last night. I was scoped in and I was looking at something, and some guy creeps up to me and just knifes me right in my
like hi.
dick. I'm like, whatever.
And that's what I'm saying. This game is so like, you have to be aware of like, all right, I know my buddy's watching this side, so there's no way somebody can come behind me. But then you guys also be aware like, oh, they can come from this side as well. Yeah. It's like so like dependent on positioning and communication. It's like, oh, okay. They saw 3 of them over there, so there's got to be 2 of them over here. Let me shift over to this direction to make sure nobody sneaks up on me.
And listening for sound cues as to where a bad guy could be, because that guy walked up to me, and when you walk, you don't make a sound. So I had no idea he was coming up behind me. Yeah,
there's just so much in Counter-Strike that like for the casual viewer just like watching it the first time, it's like, why is this game so hard? It's like just like there's plenty hard about, like we've talked about this before, like when we're watching the Counter-Strikes, like the professionals, how they throw their nades is ridiculous. I'm like, how do you know how to do that?
In the world, they don't stop and have to think about it.
I have to stop and like, because now when you hold down to prime the grenade, the crosshairs open up. Yeah, and these giant lines on the screen. It's like, all right, so I know I'm not going to hit the wall and throw
90 degrees to the left.
Yeah,
they just take them out and they're like, bop, and it's perfect. It's like, every single time.
It's like the smoke that I've practiced like 50 million times to get it right, and I still don't get it right. They're like, all right, and boom. I'm like, how? What? How do you know it's going to land there? And there's been plenty of times where I'm like, all right, I'm in panic mode. I'm like, throw a grenade, and it hits the wall and bounces back in my face. I'm like, well, I'm dead. So,
I've hit myself with
I flash myself. It's like, that's ridiculous.
With a grenade before.
But yeah, but there's so much about this game that like, because I remember that one call out we had the last big like weekend we were playing, and like we heard them jump up off of the car in B. And they're like, yo, how'd you know I was there? It's like, you gave your sound cue away.
Yeah, because you died and then you told me where he was and I killed him.
No, we were in bee tunnels.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he jumped up and I was like, yo, somebody's up there. And like, we ended up going the other direction. You peeked out and killed him. I'm like, okay.
And he goes, oh, yeah, I have fucking walls. I'm like, no, I just got teammates.
Yeah, we got teammates that heard you jump up onto the box.
That's what I'm talking about with people that's like, they can rationalize anything. Like, even if you have the top kills in the team, they'll find a way.
Yeah.
To be like, yeah, well, you didn't watch my back that well. I don't care how many kills you got. You didn't fucking watch my bet. Like, no matter what you do, there's a way for somebody to shit talk you, I've learned. But
or accuse you of hacking or something. And we do that all the time too. Like even last night, like when we were playing those two guys, like, oh yeah, he's hacking.
They were so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. Overall, it's fun. People can be really toxic.
Yeah.
People can be really inappropriate and say things that are like really bad. And you just, you report them and move on. Unfortunately, with Counter-Strike specifically, I don't think they really take reports very seriously.
Yeah, unless it's hacking.
Unless I feel like they take hacking more seriously than they take, hey, listen, this person called me a bunch of racial slurs. I think they take hacking more seriously than that. And even then, I don't think they take it very seriously. Yeah. Overwatch seems to be much more proactive about hate speech and hacking.
Well, after that whole debacle they went through, they better be.
I hope so. But it's unfortunate that it seems to be, there still seems to be this like culture around gaming where it's like boys will be boys. Yeah. And it's just, locker room talk. And, I think it's mainly the boys will be boys type of culture that I wish we could get out of, because that shouldn't be a mindset anywhere in life. Boys will be boys. That's just an excuse to be a fucking asshole. Yeah. And that shouldn't be an excuse for anything ever, no matter what your age. But it's still fun. You still have the option to mute people. Yeah. So they can just basically be screaming into a void, man yells at cloud, and you'll never be the wiser. I did
see a TikTok earlier today of somebody of like, oh, why we like enforcing all these bans on people that are just like shit talking in games when they know that they're jumping into a game that's rated mature for 17 and older. It's like, don't have a 15-year-old jump in and they get offended because of all the shit talk when of like just like the swearing and all that stuff. Don't be surprised because it's an adult game. It's like, yeah, I get that. But when you're just like, there has to be a cap. There has to be a threshold.
There's a difference between swearing and just saying, the fuck word in between, as a sentence enhancer. There's a difference between that and threatening people or insulting them with like racial or any other kind of insults or threats, Like, and when you tell people KYS all the time, like that's when you're starting to cross a line over like, it's not necessary. And then they fight back with, oh, everybody's just so fucking sensitive, snowflakes, blah, blah, blah. What person in their right mind says that to somebody and fucking means it? That'd be the other thing. Oh, it's just a fucking joke. How about you just don't be shitty? Yeah. How about you just don't have to find a way to rationalize what you're saying?
It's like, I get the like shit talking's fun sometimes. It's like, oh yeah. It's like,
but you can shit talk without insulting. Yeah. It's like, and that kind of thing.
Yo, man, get like the word get good used to mean something. And like, it's like, yeah, get better at the game, idiot. But like now when it's like, oh, you're so fucking stupid because you're a girl. And that's the only reason you're bad at this game because you're a girl. It's like, that's not called for. It's like, I get the shit talk. Like, yeah, when we beat you down 13-5 or something, it's like, see you next time, idiot. It's like, that's lighthearted,
That's one of the times when I'll talk. Is if I'm doing really well and somebody says shit, I'll be like, hi. A female just beat you. That's like one of the only times that I will say a talking game. Yeah. But it's still fun, even with the people acting like assholes, it's still fun. And it's still one of my favorite ways to just kind of unwind. Yeah. Yeah. I usually won't shit talk unless the other like the rando, especially, is just being obnoxious for no reason. And then you find a way to be 800 times more obnoxious with that voice you do. I can't fucking stand that voice. Oh my God.
That only comes out when the person just deserves it. Oh my God. Like when all they do is shit talk and they repeat the same thing over, like, oh my God, it's fucking pussy, blah, 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 and they're bottom fragging and they're like, you got 3 kills in the past 10 rounds. Shut up. Yeah. Jesus.
Even if they're not bottom fragging.
Yeah. Even they're just being obnoxious for no reason. And it's like, dude, just stop.
Shut up. The only time for fun.
All I want to hear from you in comms is useful information. Like, hey, there's 3 over here. That's all I want to hear. I don't care. Like, or if you're talking constantly, be like the guys we played with last night.
Oh my God.
Fucking hilarious.
They were hilarious.
If
that
you're
was
being,
a breath of fresh air.
If you're being fun and like just like you're clearly being like you're there just to have fun and your shit talk isn't just like venomous and it's like, oh bro, like just nonsense, then shut up. But if you're like the guys we played with last night and it's like, yeah, I know they're causing us to lose this match, but it
felt like a win.
It felt like a win because they were just so funny. It's like,
we lost, but it felt like a win because they were so much fun.
Yeah.
They were so funny.
It's like, stop rushing down ramp with a shotgun and getting killed by 3 people, but
you're hilarious.
You're hilarious, so I'm gonna fucking let it slide.
That was A-okay with me.
Yeah.
I did not mind losing that match.
And it also helped that they bought me an expensive op like 3 rounds in a row. It's like, okay, cool. You had the money for it and you knew I wanted to play outside with an op. Thank you. Cool.
I hope they're both doing well wherever they are right now. I hope
might as well.
I'm in.
They ain't gonna see this coming.
Shit, might as well.
What else did they say?
You know what that calls?
Oh, you know that?
It's just out of context. It doesn't sound funny
at
all. But the best part is that even in game, there was no context even in game. But in the moment, it was like I was laughing for like half the match at whatever they were fucking saying. It didn't even make sense. Not even in the moment.
Yeah. And I think another thing that really helped me not get mad at them for what they were doing or what they're saying, because one, they were being funny.
They weren't toxic.
Yeah. And two, and I think that was the big point because I'm pretty sure there were times where they were watching me up and I missed 3 shots in a row. And they're like, next time, bro.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, cool. So I get that you're here for fun and you don't.
Because I was brought in fragging that game.
Yeah.
And I was getting nervous. I was like, oh, at some point they're going to turn on me and they're going to start being mean to me. But they never did.
Yeah, never
like,
did.
wow.
They kept dropping guns for everybody. It's like,
what a
cool.
fun change of pace.
Yeah. I have faith in humanity now.
I hope those 2 dudes are doing well.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Couldn't even remember their names because it was just a senseless string of letters and numbers, both of them.
Yeah.
But,
was it a contrast to the last guy we played with, or was the last guy we played with before that just as hilarious? I think it was a night of like just lighthearted.
It was a good night.
It wasn't a good night on the scoreboard, but a good night playing with randos that weren't shit-eating toxic fan bitch boys.
Any more words?
No. I got to bitch boy and I just started like, this is what they are.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I had fun.
I always have fun.
Know me. I had fun. What do we do now?
I don't know. I think we're just gonna end here. That was a good one to end on.
Hope y'all like video games, or at least those 2.
Leave in the comments what video games you play on a regular basis.
Yeah, tell me what game I should try next, and then I fucking won't. We were invited to play this new fucking game that's in beta. I'm already uninterested.
It's just because MOBAs they take so long to play. Like that's why we said this before. That's why I like the short matches 3S. Like you get to like 8 wins and
it's a low time commitment.
It's a low time commitment, 20 minutes. That's why I really like Overwatch. It's 20 minutes max. Yeah, and then you're on to the next game. Easy peasy. I don't want to spend 45 minutes losing a match.
Yeah, and
then I'm just salty the rest of the night because it's like, I don't like this game. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
I agree.
Yeah. So put in the comments what game you want to play or you like to play, because there's maybe a pool of 5 games everybody plays now. So let us know in the comments and we'll see if we want to play it.
And then I won't.
Probably not.
Unless you say Counter-Strike or Overwatch.
Anyways, we'll go ahead and end here. If you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you can do so by going to Rogueleaderdrew on TikTok and Instagram. If you listen to us on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner, see when we do things on the YouTube.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the RADcast. We'll see you guys next time.